Module 2 title is Environmental Management Objectives. Currently in this class we will be looking into Environmental Quality Objective. So we are living a quality life. How we can state that? According to this 16th statement. So generally there is a definition for environmental quality. It is a desirable target for environmental quality. So everything has some limit. Even in previous class I have discussed air quality has some limit. In Central Pollution Control Board they have 5 levels of air quality. They have given this in colors. If you have red color in your city, then you are in a high risk of air pollution. If you are having a green color, that is level 1 of risk. So they have made a criteria wise or level wise objectives. Why they have provided? For this purpose. What is that? Environment have desirable target for quality. If it is going beyond the red color, we can assume that we are in danger zone. So our air quality is not up to the level to be met for a particular environment. Not only for air, this I have only said for air. Even you have limits for water. Water has some quality. If certain minerals are there in water, it is objectionable. Only certain minerals are non-objectionable. Example, the concentration of carbon dioxide in atmosphere also have some level. In atmosphere naturally we have nitrogen most of the percentage and oxygen 99% this will cover. What are the things we have? We have nitrogen and oxygen. Only 1% is available in atmosphere of other elements. What are they? It might be helium, it might be carbon dioxide, it might be methane, anything. It should be having only 1%. These are the standards. If carbon dioxide catches 2% of oxygen, imagine what will happen? The secondary things will happen. What are secondary things? Global warming will happen, temperature will increase. In order to meet that, government has taken some initiative. These things I have discussed in earlier class. Central government has taken in 2003, they have taken an initiative called Green India Mission. And in that mission, what is the aim of the government is to decrease the temperature by 0.5. What is that? We already know that per century 2 degrees is increasing. Government put objective that we have to reduce at least 0.5, at least 0.5 immediately, and even 1.5% after 100 years. So they have this target. So for this target, what they do is they have initiated this camp. This is called Green India Mission. So this is under National Action Plan on Climate Change. So under National Action Plan for Climate Change, there are 8 initiations which are done by India. I am explaining only one. This is environmental quality objective. How many objectives are there? I have given only in image. This is only image and the contents are given here. What is this mission? Green India Mission is the government has nationally have taken a goal that to increase 5 million hectares of land to convert into forest. So we are living a habitat, we are migrating from one place to another. Slowly we are migrating to the forest. We are doing deforestation and we are living our habitat there. But the government has taken an initiation that to improve forest. How they will improve? 5 million hectares will be planted with the trees. Who will fund for that? Government. So I will tell you one by one. And another thing is to cover 5 million hectare of non-forest land. Imagine there are 2 cases. Already forest is there but slightly depleted. That area is also considered here. 5 million hectare and another fresh 5 million hectare fresh land has taken and it has been created as a forest. So this is the initiative of Green India. Next thing is not only planting trees. When you plant trees, what will happen? The relevant birds will come. According to the climate, according to the water availability, relevant birds, relevant animals creates a biodiversity, creates an ecosystem service. Whatever plants and animals, microorganisms were not there, which will be recovered by this Green India mission. So to increase forest livelihood, and this creates an income for forest oriented people, those who live. Through this Green India mission, the following 12 states are being given funds. Can you find Karnataka here? For this initiation, central government has provided fund for Karnataka for plantation sites. Now let us look, not only Karnataka, around major of the states, they have provided the plantation in India. Can you see this? The places where they cover this plantation, and they have given the map here. Mostly northern regions. Southern regions are very less. Mostly in northern regions they have selected. Now, how much geographical area which they have selected in Karnataka, which we will see now, around non-forest. In Karnataka, you have non-forest area. How much? 253 covered area in hectares. 253 hectares is being planted with this kind of Green India Mission initiative. And you have another column. Scrub. What do you mean by scrub? Have you heard this? This is non-forest, that is open land. You have a component called scrub, open forest, moderate dense forest, very dense forest, water, etc. If you combine this, Karnataka is totally having a green initiative mission for how many hectares? 1197, nearly 1200 hectares we have received. Yes, these are the different areas. When they classify as a very dense forest is, if the land 70% is being covered by trees, then it is considered as very dense forest. That means what? The land 70% should be covered with the trees. Now, moderate dense forest, when you will consider 40% to 70%. Can you see this image? This is also a forest, but it is called moderate forest. Now, next one, open forest. This is an example for open forest. What is the range? 10% to 40%. If you have the trees, then it is called moderate forest. And scrub, this is what I told. Scrub is forest land with canopy less than 10% of plants. Can you see this? This is called scrub. This kind of plants, only 10% area is covered with the trees. Now, in 2015, from President of India, the government of Karnataka received with 105 crore rupees. So this is the initiation. See, we are learning global warming in secondary school. Even we are studying in BE degree. Higher learning should be there. Now, when we are taking this, due to that initiative, how much of amount does Karnataka receive? 105.53 lakh rupees is how many crore? How many crore? 1 crore, nearly 1 crore of fund being released. So who has initiated this one? Prime Minister. Prime Minister has initiated Green India Mission, and he has given the further approval to the President. President has to release the amount. Can you see the power of President? The fund can be there, but Prime Minister doesn't have the power to release the amount. He has to forward. The President will forward to the state-wise authority. Now, central government can directly do no. Why they are not doing? Central government has money, but why they are not doing is, that is called environmental policy. In previous module I have discussed. Who is having the power for any state? State government or central government? State government has the power for environmental issues. So if anything central government has to do, they do not have all rights to do that. So they should distribute the power. So that is called decentralization. So they release the fund to whom? To the Karnataka, and the Karnataka government will receive the amount. So you can see that amount in lakhs. 167.74 lakhs of amount. How much share does state government has to share here? 50%. How much share central government provides? 50%. So equal share has to be received from the government, 50% of share. and this is the total amount which is being deposited in the State Forest Development Agency of Karnataka. Now you will be having an IFS. What is IFS? Indian Forest Officer. This is a group 1 service exam. If you attend, if you pass, you will be a Indian Forest Officer. From the President, you will get the fund to the Indian Forest Officers community or through this account. So he will be the managing authority to distribute that amount. Can you understand how the environment concerns work in a national scenario? This is the annual plan. Under 2015-16, the government received that fund and they have distributed for the following areas. So this they have given cost norms for submissions. What are submissions? This is Green India Mission. Even though you are getting from Green India Mission, further sub parameters are there. Moderately dense forest, how much of cost? So can you see the cost here? Admissible cost per hectare. Per hectare, how much of fund is being released? 41,000 rupees. So they will hire some farmers, no? Some workers. Some worker has to plant. This is not only planting, it has to be maintained. See, the forest and the environmental creation is not a single day work. You cannot plant in one day, next day you will get all the fruits. No, it has to be maintained. In order to maintain that, how much rupees they have spent? 41,000 rupees per hectare, which will be given to a person who is working there, and his daily wage will be supported by that. Next one is eco restoration of degradation of open forest, like that. You have the following submissions. For all that, they have given per hectares. For planting 2,500 plants per hectare, how much cost they have taken? 2,78,000 is required to plant how many trees? 2,500 trees, and to maintain not only one day, for throughout the time. So these are the initiatives, and for research 2%, these are the allowances. Finally, for publicity, Green India Mission publicity also they receive some fund. For that they spend, and total amount they have spent here. So this is the way it works in the government. Not only environmental policy will be launched. If environmental policy is launched, soon the fund will be generated. Through that fund, employment will get created. Through employment, we will get the better environment. So next thing is clean air. What are the standards to provide a clean air? Is first let us look into the definition. A risk to human health or animals. What do you mean by clean air? Clean enough not to represent a risk. There should not be any risk. To whom? To human health, animals, plants, and etc. If it is not harming others, then it is called what? Clean air. It doesn't have any standards, but further I will tell you what are the levels of contents should be there in air. The concentration of air should not have pollutions. What are pollutant? You can see here. Pollutions are greenhouse gases, an example for pollution, and this is clean room classification of particles. Have you heard an instrument called air purifier? This is an air purifier. If we are in a place where we don't have a clean environment, we should have air purifier. So what are the things you will be getting from air purifiers? Not all ACs are air purifiers. Understand? ACs are not air purifiers. They keep the level of temperature in the room. That is the purpose of AC. If you set to 17 degree, the temperature will be up to 17 degree. But the air can be polluted. That is why you need air purifier like this. Why they provide air purifier is, they have the filtration system. This kind of filtration system, if you have dust and if you have small minor particles will be filtered here, and same way whatever you have in water purifier, air purifier does also have the following filtration. What are they? UV care system, which will reduce 99% of dust and dirts. Next thing is activated carbon filter, VOC will be reduced. What is VOC? Volatile organic compound. So this is harmful to the humans, which will be reduced by carbon filtration. Next one is photocatalyst filter. This will reduce the greenhouse gases. What are greenhouse gases? Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. This filter will reduce all this thing, and UVC LED lamp. This will eliminate even pathogens. What are pathogens? Bacteria, virus, these are all called pathogens. What will kill? UVC LED lamp, and finally this will be lettered into the air. This is called air purifier. So you have a standard for air purifying system. This is what is discussed. Next one is natural acidification. Have you seen this kind of problem in lakes, river, or water stagnated place? What is this called? Algal bloom. Algal bloom. Why this kind of green color plants are in this surface level? Have you seen, if you are in Kerala, you can see this kind of green color plantation in top of the pond. Have you seen this? Why this kind of thing happen? This is called natural acidification. Why does the water gets acidified? Is it has been exceeding the limit of toxics. What are the toxins? I have given here. The toxic products are sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and ammonia. These three particles, if they are high, it will become acidification. The water will become acids. So what happened? The water become acid. Does any species will live here? No species will be there. Fishes and other microorganisms will not be there. Insects will die due to this. So this rates corrosion of materials. Have you seen even Taj Mahal? There is a shining for that marble, but in years it gets depletes. Why it gets depletes? Due to this acidification. Why? Because you have industries. You see around Taj Mahal, it is an Agra, it is an industrial place. If industries provide this much of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, slowly the Taj Mahal will get dull by its year. So that is why they have provided some norms. So then they have reduced this, and natural acidification is being reduced, and you have water around the Taj Mahal also. It has been polluted by this. So government has taken measures in order they have reduced this kind of things. So this will happen in the problem of natural acidification. So due to what it happens? Due to road traffic, not only by industry, due to road traffic, due to shipping, then due to power stations. What are power? Thermal power plants and other. Heating plants, factories and agriculture. Okay. Non-toxic environment is certain toxics are called hazardous. What is the other name of toxic is called hazardous. What are the chemicals relevant to hazardous which I have highlighted here? Have you seen endocrine disrupts? This is a natural phenomena which happens in early age. Even for kids also it happens. This will be stored in the kidneys. Why? Because can you see the kids will play games, video games by using these joysticks. Without washing their hands, they will eat. Even for kids also some problems might come in kidneys like that. Why? Because this has hazardous material or hazardous chemical in the gadgets. So this is one of the effect called BFR, with BFR. What do you mean by BFR? Brominated flame retardants. This is a chemical which is available in the gadgets. If you are constantly playing with that, what happens? In your hand it gets affected. Why cancers are spreading much higher is this is the reason. We are using advanced tools, machines that has some toxics. This toxics will enter into the human, which are not being observed by the medical industry. That is why this causes a non-toxic environment. This toxic gets into the human body and it affects the particular path and it closes the path, then the rest of the things will be disease. Not only in gadgets, if you are nearby petrol station sites and heavily contaminated place such as soils, if you are living there, toxic environment, you will be having this following diseases. So can you see this kind of building blocks? The kids will play building blocks. This material is made from plastics and other toxic material also. We have to be aware of this. Next one is protective ozone layer. Now what is the objective? In order to protect the ozone layer is, there are some gases. What are the gases? Chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. Have you heard this? This gases will be released through insulation materials which we use in the houses, aerosols, refrigeration, etc. These gases have this CFCs. So due to this, the ozone layer depletes. So we have set some standards for recovering that. If we are not damaging, it will automatically get recovered. Thinning of this layer therefore poses a threat. This might also cause, what it can cause? Skin cancers, suppression of immune system, concentration of chlorine, bromine and other ozone depleting substances which comes from this and it gets depleted. Next one, sixth is safe radiation environment. The particles which are having higher order of atomic number will be having this kind of radiation. Even mobile phones. Do you have this kind of radiation effect? Yes. What are the things which you can do for safe radiation? One thing is limit the time. Usage of mobile under limited period. One thing you can save yourself. Second thing is use shielding. If any atomic waste or uranium waste are there, there will be multiple shields. Shields is rooms. So that kind of shields you can use. Then third thing what you can do is a safe radiation environment. You have to be out of the place. If any atomic power stations are there, they will be having a particular area which is covered, which is not habitable. Apart from that area only you can live. That is called safe radiation. What are the things we are using for radiation? X-ray. Are we using X-ray for our medical purpose? Yes. X-rays are one of the radiation. You cannot be constantly there in X-rays. Then uranium, nuclear power reactors, etc. Then radiations will occur due to electromagnetic fields. This can be created by mobile phone. This creates a skin cancer caused by this ultraviolet radiation. Next thing, zero eutrophication. Eutrophication is the water is not getting enough oxygen. Oxygen depletion. The fishes needs oxygen. If oxygen level is very low, the fishes and other living beings cannot live there. They cannot sustain. That is called zero eutrophication. So slowly what happens? The contaminants will be lettered into this kind of ponds and rivers. Hence this kind of eutrophication happens. This is called algal bloom, which will happen, and atmospheric emissions. So due to what eutrophication happens? Nitrogen oxides from road traffic and power stations, etc. This creates, eutrophication creates due to nutrient enrichment. What are the nutrients? These are the nutrients. If phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonium nitrate, if these four contents are higher in the water, then this creates eutrophication. Can you see this? What is the range? In stagnated waters, the phosphorus should be less than 10 milligram. Then the nitrogen should be less than 1.5 milligram. If it goes beyond that, then this kind of things will happen. First it stops the oxygen and then algal will bloom. Slowly if it goes to worst case, then only it starts to kill plants. So this is what, in worst case only it will kill the plants, and the symptoms include overgrowth of algal blooms. Even in sea waters, coastal seas also you can see, if the indicators are not within this range. How you can reduce this? You have to reduce this kind of traffic, nitrogen discharge. Next one, good quality of groundwater. This is one of the objective. What are the levels for the groundwater? You can see here. pH should be 6.5 to 8.5. If it goes lesser than or more, it cannot be considered as good groundwater. Groundwater recharges through gravel. If you are not having gravels or sand, groundwater will not discharge. So natural gravel deposit is required in order to increase groundwater. Even though if groundwaters are there, the following objectives has to be met. The electrical conductivity, total dissolved solids. This is WHO standards. What is WHO? World Health Organization. They have given one standard, and this is Indian standard. So if you are having a drinking water, you should have these levels: magnesium, calcium, sodium, potassium, etc. Source of groundwater contamination. So you can see following: urban runoff, agricultural nitrate contamination. You are doing improper chemical pesticides in agriculture, which creates a groundwater contamination. Then hazardous waste spilling, abandoned wells, etc., which creates the groundwater contamination. Next thing is, this is the last one, a varied agricultural landscape. Agricultural landscape should have proper forestation. If deforestation is completely done and created with agriculture, which will create biological diversity and cultural heritage, will get damaged.